Today, video is everything. You need speed, creativity, and consistency. With HeyGen, you can create the most lifelike avatar videos, 10 times faster than traditional production, scale across 175 different languages, looks, and platforms, all in 4K. Your clients want more videos, more engagement, and more results. HeyGen gives you the tools to deliver. Need personalized videos that feel custom? Done. Launch interactive, engaging campaigns that deliver more for your clients. And do it all without blowing the budget. No expensive studios, no costly talent, just beautiful, effective videos that drive results. And here's a secret. We used HeyGen to create me. Join the future of storytelling. Become a HeyGen certified agency partner.
Good morning, everyone. You are very welcome to our bi-weekly HeyGen agency webinar. My name is Cathal from the HeyGen team here in San Francisco, and it's so great to see some familiar faces on the webinar and some new faces as well that we're really excited to get to know. I lead the agency program here. Agencies hold a place very close to our heart at HeyGen. They've often been our most engaged, innovative users of our platform. And many of the new products and features that we're releasing in the next couple of weeks and we have released in the past have stemmed from the wonderful feedback we have got from our agency customers. That's why we're really excited to spend more time focused on our agency customers and build out this HeyGen for Agency program. The AI space is evolving at a rapid pace, and many of you have been using HeyGen to serve your clients. At HeyGen, we move very quickly. We ship new products and features all the time. And that's why we believe that agencies are best positioned to help serve companies around the world as they try to adopt these new AI technologies. In this session, I'm going to give you an introduction to HeyGen. For those of you who are new, you're very welcome. We're going to be sharing some updates about the HeyGen for Agency program. We're going to be opening up our agency certification program soon. We're going to share a little bit more about that later on the webinar. We'll also be sharing some product updates that I think some of you will be very excited about. And finally, I want to leave some time at the end of this call for Q&A so we can answer any questions that you may have. But before we get started, I want to introduce you to Alison from our community and education team. Hey, Alison.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Cathal. Really glad to be joining you all. I am also joining live from our San Francisco office, just a different corner. And here at HeyGen, I look after community and education. So, that means resources to help folks get the best out of our product, understand how to use all of our features. I also help to organize events and webinars of these types, and hopefully soon more in-person and IRL events as well. So I'm just Cahul's sidekick for the day. I'll be answering some of the questions in the chat and just making sure everything on the back end runs smoothly. But if you haven't already, check out the Q&A tab, which is at the top right-hand corner of the chat here. If you have questions, please feel free to ask all throughout this conversation. As we move through the sections, I'll probably just rudely cut Cahul off and say, hey, we've got a question from so-and-so, and we'll dive into the ones that make sense to discuss live. But yeah, really stoked to be here with you all. And I guess before I go, I will also just say I'm going to be spamming some links in chat. So please feel free to check those out. One of the things that we're really excited about is that we will be launching agency certification very soon. I don't have an exact date at the moment, but if you would like to sign up to be certified, please do so by clicking the link, which is actually, if you're joining us here on the hub, it's in the top. There's a notification that says sign up for agency certification program. We will also be sharing the link with you all after this session. But yeah, with that, I think I'll hand it back to Cahul to get started with today's presentation.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alison. And yeah, some of you are also probably wondering why get certified as a HeyGen agency. So we're going to cover that quite shortly. Um, yeah, so let's jump into things. Funny story before we get started. When we were preparing for this agency webinar last night, I went live on all our social platforms by mistake, and some of you may have seen me laughing, having a good giggle with Allison for about 10 seconds. But this is the real webinar for anyone who got notified of that yesterday. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. I know some of you are seasoned HeyGen veterans. Some people here are new, and I just want to give you a high-level overview of what HeyGen is before we get started. HeyGen is an AI video platform. We help businesses and agencies create, translate, and personalize videos faster and more efficiently than ever before. Video generation the old way is a long process. You have to start with scripting, casting, finding actors, production. There's many steps here. This also involves multiple teams. You might have a filming team, a post-production team, a copyright team. At HeyGen, we want to help you create videos in a way that is much faster and more efficient for your business as an agency. We want to help you streamline video. And you can see a lovely comment here from the CMO of HubSpot, a fan of ours. The applications for AI video are really immense, and we really believe this at HeyGen. So we're super excited to help you however we can. HeyGen now has over 45,000 customers and 15 million users around the world. This webinar is going to focus on our agency partners. We work with agencies big and small. You can see a couple of logos here of some of the larger agencies we work with: Ogilvy, Publicis, IW Group, and Havas. You can see some of the real results that they've been able to achieve using HeyGen. So before we kind of jump into a product demo, we want to run over a little bit of housekeeping. So essentially, what is the benefits of the HeyGen for Agency program? We provide our agencies training and soon certification. So we're hoping to have that early in February. We also have an agency partner community where our partners have started to share some of the weird, wonderful, and fantastic use cases that they have found with HeyGen. We have a specific partner account type where you can create subspaces for your clients. This allows you to manage multiple clients easier, but also give them access as well to HeyGen if you want to provide a white glove service where you help them with filming avatars or translating videos or just creating wonderful videos in general. As I mentioned, we often get fantastic feedback from our agency customers, and for this reason, it's often agencies who beta test some of our new products. So as part of this program, you would get access to new features and functionality. And then on the second side here in the box, you can see we also have dedicated support for our agency customers, as your needs are slightly different to our normal enterprise customers. We have agency pricing, which is discounted across our enterprise product. And quite soon, we're about to release our agency partner directory, where we're going to be listing some of our certified agencies on our website, so all of our users can find people who can give them a helping hand to create videos. And we really want to promote all the wonderful work that you're doing. So let's talk about certification, because that is a reason many of you have joined the call today. So yeah, what is certification? Certification for an agency with HeyGen involves some training and then a final assignment so that we can prove to our users that you know how to use the platform and that you can get the best results. Some of the benefits associated with the certification are mentioned previously, but it's the partner support, the discounted agency pricing. We do have an agency Slack community, as well as the wonderful HeyGen Hub, where you can find our bi-weekly webinar and some other tips and tricks that we're sharing. As Alison mentioned, we're going to be running more in-person events across the whole HeyGen ecosystem, but we will have exclusive events for our certified agencies. Promotion on our website, we have the partner page. I'm going to spend some time showing you some case studies that we've recently done with some of our early adopting agencies, and then access to new features. And many of you have been asking for visibility into our roadmap so that you know what is coming next in terms of HeyGen products. So feel free to scan this QR code. I think Allison might also share the link in the chat, and we will also share a link to our certification waitlist quite soon. But some of you are probably wondering what the take-home final assignment will be to get certified. It will involve creating 2 client standard videos that HeyGen has permission to share publicly so that we can promote you as an agency and you can show us how you're using HeyGen and some of the results you're able to get. So this is an example of a case study. This is one of our agency partners, Attention Grabbing Media. If you go to the HeyGen customer stories section, you can see case studies about this agency, and shortly we will be adding others as well. It's been really great to see some of their key results. They've been able to expand their presence globally using our multilingual avatars and video translation product, as well as post videos to their many followers for clients across social media. And most importantly, they've been able to create videos faster, which allows them to take on more products and create more videos. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the platform. And in just a moment, I'm going to share my screen. Great. So what you are looking at now is the HeyGen platform. Let me see. Great. I'm going to leave my camera on so that you can see me, but I'm going to be looking at my monitor. So this is what you'll see when you join HeyGen. Some of you are very familiar with this, but at HeyGen, we have 3 core products, and then we also have a lab section for some of our newer products. The core products are avatar video, where you can turn people into avatars with their consent. You can then type in scripts or upload audio files to create videos. I'll give you a demo of that in just a moment, but we also have a product called Video Translate, which allows you to translate existing video content with a voice clone from the original speaker with a lip sync, so it makes them look like they're talking the new language. And you can take control of that translation as well with our proofread feature, which allows you to make edits to the script if there are any things that when AI translated them just didn't come out as polished as you would like. And then finally, we have a lot of excitement around our interactive avatar product, which is where you can create an avatar on the front end, and this avatar becomes an interactive experience that you can talk with and have a conversation with. So these are the 3 core products I'm going to be focused on today, and I'll also touch on some of the products in our lab section as well that we are working on, so we have some exciting updates as well. But let's start with avatar video. So you have a couple of different options when you want to create an avatar video. You can start from scratch, landscape or portrait. You can start with one of the templates that we have pre-generated. Some of these have also been created with the helping hand of some agencies in our program. You can upload a PDF or PowerPoint. We can help you generate an AI script. And I do have some product updates around this new source to video feature as well, which I think some of you will be very excited about. But before I jump into the editor, I just want to take a little step back and show you how you would actually create an avatar. So here are some of my avatars. And essentially, this would be one of the first steps to getting going with HeyGen. So you can create a still avatar, which is an avatar that is standing still, or you can create an avatar in motion, which could include the avatar walking around or have a little bit more movement. For the sake of time, I'm going to focus on the still avatar. But what would be required is uploading some high quality video footage. What we tell our customers is quality in, quality out, rubbish in, rubbish out. If you can provide us a video that is 4K video quality in a well lit, quiet environment with someone looking directly at the camera, making sure they pause between sentences, we can give you back a really great avatar. You can record avatars from a webcam, but you can only get kind of a certain level of avatar without using some 4K quality video footage. So we really do tell our customers to take some time when they're recording the avatars. And in a lot of cases, it's trial and error. You have to create a couple of avatars to figure out what works best. And that's something that we can definitely give you feedback on and help as well if anyone is in the process of creating their first few avatars, or if you've created many avatars and you just want to optimize how they look. Some things that we don't accept is stitched or cut together footage. So we do expect one consistent video footage, making sure that people pause, as I mentioned, and then background noise as well is something that we definitely tell people to try to minimize when you're creating these avatars. So you would upload your footage here. We would recommend uploading the footage directly. And once you do that, the next step is a consent video. And this would just be a consent video from your client saying, hey, my name is Cahill. I give consent to HeyGen to create an avatar on the HeyGen platform. For our agency customers, we have a way that you can upload consent remotely. So this means you can take the training video for the avatar, you can take the consent video, and you can upload it on their behalf. Whereas in our core platform, on the self-serve plans, creator and teams, you would need to get live consent. This can be a little bit challenging when you're working with clients all over the world, or maybe you're working with some clients who are very busy and they might not be there with you in person when you need to upload their consent. So we have a feature that agencies really, really benefit from, and that's the remote consent upload. But I'm going to jump back in and show you what it looks like in the editor. So let's start with a template.
Welcome to
This is an example. I'm going to play a little bit of this.
Techniques to optimize productivity. In this course, you'll discover practical strategies.
So that gives you a little feel for what it looks like. You're also going to see a snapshot of our new video editor that is coming soon. I'm going to give a little update on that in a moment, but I am going to switch to our old editor that some of you are already familiar with. So I'm just going to load up the template again, like so. And this is what you're looking at here. So you have the video pane, you have a little timeline across the bottom here, and then you can see this is where you can take control of what the video is actually going to talk about. So you can type in a script, maybe not in all caps, unless you want to be shouting. And this is what it would look like. So you would have a couple of different options here. You can select voices. We have a couple of 100 voices in our library up here. You can filter by different languages and dialects, as well as different accents for those languages. You can also filter by emotion if there's a certain tone that you're going for. Within the HeyGen platform, you can clone voices as well. So you can upload some high quality audio footage that might be separate to the video footage that you use to create the avatar. But again, the higher quality video footage or audio footage you give us, the better voice clone we can make. You can also integrate third-party voices from 11 Labs or Carthesia just by pasting in the API key here. And yeah, all of this is drag and drop. So if we create a new blank scene here, you can add elements such as images. You could have a lovely sunny background like this, and then you can just drag in some text like so. All of this is configurable, and then you can also drop in an avatar. So this is an example of one of my avatars. This could be here. You can also kind of change the shape of what this will look like across your videos. Yeah, so you're also able to upload your own assets. So these could be images, videos that you are working with, as well as the option to do a screen recording, which can definitely be beneficial if you are doing product explainer videos or anything like that. Allison, I'm going to pause there and see if there's any questions so far. If there's not, we can keep running.
Yeah, thank you. So there are a few questions. Some of them pertain to other sections.
Perfect. In that case, we can keep rolling if they're not related to the avatar video piece, and you can stop me whenever.
Okay, there is one that is from Tomer, from VideoBox, that is related to avatar video, which is, while creating an avatar video, is there a way to put name and title to the video through the API?
Of course, yeah. So the way that you would do that is we have some documents I can share on this, but essentially what you would do is we would call this personalized video creation. So you would do something like this. If you can see where I'm working on this little box, you would do, you would just add the variable like this. So first underscore name, for example, might be the variable, like so. How are you today? So then via our API, what we would do is we would dynamically insert a person's name here, or a person's company, for example. And that would also work on the actual slide. So let's say you wanted to do hello, person's name, underscore name. This is how you would set this up. And then there would be a little bit of work with our API documentation as well, which I can share after this call if you don't have it easy on hand, Allison. But yeah, so one of the agency of the week videos I'm going to show you a little bit later in this presentation, they actually use our API a lot to create these videos where they swap in different variables such as people's names and company names to create marketing campaigns where they might send out 20,000 videos to different consumers or businesses with dynamic variables included. Next, I'm going to jump in and give you a whistle-stop tour of video translation. So
Hall, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we actually have another great question that's sort of related to the avatar video creation flow. It's a question from Rachel, who says, did you have to use the Pro Voice 11 Labs to clone your voice, or just regular voice clone captured it well enough?
Great question. So yeah, you can come in here to the AI voice section and clone a voice. You can see some of my tests here. Some people like to use 11 Labs. Maybe they're already using it, which is great. But I would definitely recommend trying to clone your voice just directly in our platform to start with. It's the easiest way to do so. You would just upload an audio file here. It has to be less than 2 minutes. The only time I would probably recommend people to lean into doing it directly in 11 Labs is if you have a goofy accent like mine. Sometimes it helps to go into 11 Labs and have more parameters to adjust on the voice if you really want a polished voice. So I would say start in the HeyGen platform, and then if you feel like you need to adjust or make some changes to the voice, then you could definitely check out a third-party provider like 11 Labs or Carthesia. So yeah, what I was going to show you next is if you upload a video here, we can do a translation. You can also paste in a YouTube URL. So it's a very simple flow. You would just come in here, you would select the original language or leave it on auto. Let's say I want to translate this video into German and Spanish. Let's say for Spanish, we actually want to do a specific dialect of Spanish rather than Spain Spanish. What you could do here is select that dialect and the number of speakers. The more speakers you add to a video, the more complexity you add. So one speaker is easy for us, two is fine. But if you have 10 speakers and they're all speaking over each other, it can get quite complicated on our end to create an elegant translation that sounds great. But let's say there's 2 speakers in this video. And then once you've selected all of that, you would just select if you want the lip sync as well, which kind of brings it to life and makes the speaker speak in the new language. You have an option to toggle that on or off. And then you can also add captions as well. But this would be this button here. You would just click submit for translation. And then, yeah, that's going to start processing in the background. One other feature that a lot of our localization agencies will use is called proofread. This is where you upload a video, the same flow as I showed you, but instead of creating the video directly, you would click this button to create a proofread. And I'm going to show you real quick what that would look like. This essentially just allows you to take more control of the video that you're working with to make sure that all of the translation is correct. So this is what it looks like. You would have the original language on the left. You would have the language you're translating to on the right. This is definitely a part I should have got Allison to present, but my Spanish isn't great. But let's say that this part is incorrect here. You could come in and make an edit, obviously in Spanish rather than in English. But you can also highlight specific words like this. I know how to say noches, so I'm going to go with this. You can click pronunciation, and you can tell us phonetically how you actually want the word pronounced based on the preview here. So you can click on it, make sure that it sounds exactly how it should. You can see the example is Tokyo here. It's spelled Tokyo. And this just allows you to take more control of the video. Let's say that you don't speak the language that you're trying to translate to, but maybe you know some people within your agency who do. You can invite proofreaders to actually take a look at the video and help with the proofreading. We have started to build out a HeyGen proofreader marketplace. So let's say you have a client who wants to translate a video from English to German, and you don't know anyone who can help you with that. We have people within our marketplace who speak these languages. They're certified on how to use HeyGen, and they will actually help you with the translation. And the proofreader seats won't count as a seat towards your plan. They're completely free, and we just want to help you get the best results there. Finally, I'm going to jump over to interactive avatar, but I want to see if there's any video translation related questions.
There definitely are. Definitely are. So let me pull those up for you. Let's see. From Martin, will the translation tool for text screen for
on-screen text,
on-screen text, I think is what that's meant to say, be enabled?
Okay. Yeah, some of you who've been kicking around the platform for a while may have seen we released that feature in a very early stage beta. We're still working on it. It's a long way from where we want it to be on-screen translation. It is one of the most requested features for the video translation tool, but it's quite difficult, as you can imagine. You provide us a video file. We don't have the text file related to the text on screen, and we have to take that, do the translation, and then make it work. That's kind of a long way to say that our AI research team is working very, very hard on-screen translation, but it's still a little bit away. For example, in this video, there's a person wearing a Canva logoed t-shirt. Right now, our video on-screen translation would try to translate that as well, which isn't ideal. So we're still ironing out a few kinks, but we're going to get there shortly. Any other video translation questions?
Yeah, one thing I'll just add to that too is I did drop the link to our HeyGen proofreader network into the chat, and I think a lot of
Thank
these
you.
folks might be able to be helpful with some of the on-screen text translations too. So
Yep.
definitely feel free to ask them there. And then one more question relating to translation here is from Ryan, which is there any way of extracting a transcript from a translated video for proofing on creator or team plans that is cleaner than the caption files provided?
Yeah, on the creator or teams plan, you wouldn't have as many options to do that. But we are releasing a new agency specific plan that'll give you access to those features, our enterprise features that will allow you to do so quite shortly. So a little bit later in the presentation, I can talk through how you'll be able to get your hands on some of those features. And if anyone would like a trial to try some of these out as well, towards the end of this webinar, we're going to share some information on how you can reach out to us and we can get you set up with an enterprise trial so you have access to all of our professional features and functionality.
Awesome. Let's keep
Great.
moving.
Let's do it. So next, I'm going to jump into our lab section where we have our interactive avatar product. So this is where you can create an avatar. Here is some of mine. The shooting instructions for these avatars are slightly different. We require you to provide us a 15 seconds of a person listening. So it's one complete video, but the first 15 seconds is you listening, kind of nodding and being aware that someone is speaking to you. We then require 60, 90 seconds of you talking so that we can build out the actual mouth movements and face movements, and then followed by 15 seconds of you kind of sitting idle, listening again. So the shooting instructions for creating an interactive avatar are slightly different to our normal avatars, but I want to take a moment to show you what they look like in action. So I'm going to start here with Wayne, our co-founder and chief innovation officer. We're going to have a little conversation with him in English, but we also have other languages here available on the interactive avatar. And towards the end of February, we're also adding a new list of languages that many of you have been requesting as agency partners to the interactive avatar. So I am going to start a chat.
Welcome to HeyGen. I'm your interactive avatar guide, here to help you explore the amazing world of real-time interactive avatars. Let's dive in together. What do you want to know first?
Hey Wayne, how's it going? It's Cahill here from the agency team. We are running a webinar, and we were wondering how agencies across the world can use our interactive avatar.
Hey Cahill, it's going great, thanks. Agencies can use the interactive avatar for webinars, customer support, and engaging presentations. It's super versatile. Want to dive deeper into any specific use case?
Yeah, I'd love to know a little bit more about how an agency could integrate this into a client's website.
Absolutely. Agencies can easily embed the interactive avatar into a client's website with just a simple line of code. It's super user-friendly. Want details on how to get that code?
Thanks very much, Wayne. I'm going to leave it there for today, but it's great to know that you are a resource on the HeyGen website that people can use. You can go and talk to Wayne directly and learn a little bit more about the interactive avatar. That was helpful. And I'm going to stop the interactive avatar piece. I suppose I've made a habit of it now. I'm also going to pause there and see if there's any interactive avatar questions. This is probably one of our more, I would say, technically complex products. So you can start by embedding it, which is very easy to do. For example, here is one of my avatars. You can easily embed the HTML code into a website. but this kind of gives you limited functionality. You can also take our API, or we have SDKs available as well. If you want to take this technology and really run with it, you'll have a lot more access to different parameters that you can change. But that is probably a separate webinar in itself. But Allison, I'm going to pass it over to you, see if there's anything there. Maybe there's not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Interactive avatar is definitely a hot ticket item here in the HeyGen world. And we do have a question this time from Mike Brown, who's asking, what is the best way to film a client's interactive avatar video? Phone, professional, green screen, any tips you can share, I think would be helpful here.
Super, great question. Yeah, what I would recommend is, again, it's all about the quality of video you provide us. So I would record it with a 4K camera. For the interactive avatar in particular, I've seen some great results with people recording people sitting down. So you technically can do full body interactive avatars, but the way it works is we're streaming the video. So if you do a full body shot, people are kind of moving and jiggling around a little bit, and you definitely kind of lend yourself to a little bit more uncanny valley. So what I would recommend is someone sitting down, probably similar to Wayne and myself here, where you can't see their hands. This just means that their hand isn't going to be waving or giving a thumbs up every time someone asks a question, in case it's not a happy question, for example. But if you were filming one of these with a client, you only need 2 minutes of video footage. So what I'd recommend is filming a couple of different videos that you can use to upload to HeyGen. Often people's first attempt at creating an avatar isn't their best. You kind of need to get them warmed up a little bit and make them feel comfortable. And that's how we would see people getting the best results.
Awesome. Thank you, Gal. I also shared in the chat a link to a YouTube video that we posted a few weeks ago with some best practices for shooting an interactive avatar. So you can use that as like a way to prompt your subjects or to provide it to them if they're recording it remotely. But I think we can keep going.
Perfect. Let's do it. I am going to open up my slides once again. So yeah, this is where we left off, demo time, and I want to leave some questions at the end, or I want to leave some time for general questions at the end. But the next thing I want to jump into is just some updates that our agencies that we're working with, and hopefully some of you new folks are going to be excited about. So traditionally, we have our self-serve plans on our website, Teams and Creator, and then we have our enterprise plans, which are quite a step up, but they include all of our professional features, functionality, very hands-on support from our team, as well as enterprise agreements and data processing amendments, kind of on the legal and security side. The good news is we are now working on offering enterprise-specific plans for agencies, which will be discounted once you complete your certification, or in some cases before, if we take some time, meet you, learn a little bit about your agency. And we are going to be releasing monthly billing options as well, which is something that a lot of agencies who are just getting started with HeyGen, they want the best results for their clients. So they want access to all of our premium features, but they want a way to try it out month to month rather than jumping into a year-long enterprise contract. So stay tuned, that's coming soon. And then on the product side, one piece of feedback that we got recently is we've been doing the avatar video piece for a while now. Our avatars look, sound, and feel like real people, and that's really what we're aiming for at HeyGen. We want it to be as close to a real person as possible. But in the last couple of months, our photo avatar technology has really improved. Our AI research team and engineering team has made some significant improvements there. But what we're working on next is combining photo avatars and video avatars. And what this will allow you to do is you could work with a client, record a video avatar, and then you could also get a number of photos from them, or even help them capture a number of photos yourself, which is just a lot easier than getting the video footage. And what will happen is we'll be able to apply the original video motion to the photos that you provide us as well. So this is something that we're really excited about because it lowers the barrier even more to creating great content. The next thing I want to talk about is source to video. Some of the eagle eyes may have seen that in my platform when I shared my screen to create an avatar video. But source to video will allow you to upload a PDF, URL, or text. And the output of that is we're going to take that content and actually create a video for you really fast. So instead of you going in and creating all of the different slides and images and scripting it out, we are going to use AI to actually generate a video for you. So where we see this going is you're going to be able to create content even faster than you now can on HeyGen. The output of this is going to be a template-based video that if you're happy with, you just click generate, one click, and it's done. Or a template that you can actually edit, and it's a great foundation to creating a video. You'll also be able to create ads directly from this and podcasts as well, which is one of our labs products that we're working on a lot at the moment. And then, yeah, we have a new text editor that we're hoping to release very soon. Some of you have been beta testing that a little bit for us, so much appreciated for your feedback there. This image below that my photo is probably blocking a lot of is what our new editor experience is going to look like. So we're excited to roll that out. Great. So yeah, we're kind of coming up towards the end of this call, but one thing I wanted to do was an agency spotlight. So Video Imaging is one of our wonderful customers in South America who have been working with us for coming up to a year now. They've been one of the companies who've really pushed the boundaries of what HeyGen is capable of. And I just wanted to spend a minute showing you one of their recent campaigns that they ran in Brazil. I'm hoping this will inspire some of you to learn a little bit more about what you can do with HeyGen in terms of creating avatars of celebrities, but also using our API as well. They've really adopted that, and we're really excited to be working with them. So I am going to share a little video now and show you what
everyone knows. Brazilians love soccer, but not many supporters knew that Zé Delivery offers 50% cash back of their club membership fees.
Come on, now you can't ignore this anymore.
If you don't use the coupons, Zé will send them straight to your rivals so they can drink on you.
This is Zé Delivery's cashback in play to shake things up in Rio de Janeiro.
But how do we grab the fans' attention? There was no room for more regular CRM and media action.
Our targeted message had to be a real call to action. So let's personalize a different incentive for each registered club member using our app.
With the use of artificial intelligence, we managed to multiply thousands of messages from soccer idols, boosting the campaign.
Fluminense sends it regards, Jake, Camille, Daniel.
E aí, Alfredo, Ângela, Sérgio.
Fábio, Geraldo, Paula.
José, Nicolas, Vinícius, Washington.
And what about results? Was it worth the test, Zé?
Our rivals don't know what hit them. That's what Botafogo does.
Jokes aside, if there's cashback, you have to use it. Because you know, if you don't use it, your rivals will take it.
I am your fan. You use your cashback just like I scored goals.
Awesome. Let's keep creating the CRM of the future, transforming data into more creativity. Hold up. I'm not the one saying this. Who wrote me this script, guys?
So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed that video. I know for some of you that is football, for some of you that is soccer. So hopefully that got a couple of reactions in the chat, which I can't see, but I'm sure Allison is keeping an eye on that. So yeah, finally, I just want to wrap up with an agency feature that has been added recently. This is sub account. So Essentially, how this works is if any of you are interested, we can give you access to this feature as an agency. This allows you to have a master agency account and then create subspaces below it. So if you're working with different clients, this is something that's really, really useful. The way this works is you can toggle on or off billing as well. So if you want to manage the billing for all of your clients in subspaces, you can do that. If you want to turn on client managed billing in the subspaces, you can do that. This just kind of gives you more options around how you're going to work with HeyGen and interact with us. You can give different roles and responsibilities to people, and you can move avatars from your master account to sub accounts. So let's say some of you are on this call, you might already be working with 20 different clients. All of their avatars and video content might be jumbled up in your master account. If anyone's interested in moving those avatars to sub accounts, that is a feature that we have recently added as well. So this just means you can silo your information. You can keep all of your clients' avatars and videos that you create separate. You then have the option to add your clients directly to the subspaces if they're interested in creating some of their own videos. Maybe you're creating all of their videos for them. Maybe you're creating half of their videos for them. One area that this is particularly interesting is you can create an API key for that subspace. So let's say you're using an interactive avatar, or your clients are hoping to use HeyGen's API for a campaign. Creating a subspace, turning on the API settings allows you to track which clients are using what credits across the API. So we will have a way to get this added to your account. We can arrange that quite shortly. But if you become a certified agency, we'll add this to your account automatically. Or if you join the HeyGen for Agencies program, this will also be added to your account. But feel free to reach out to us directly if this is a feature that's interesting for you. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let me see, what time are we at? Yeah, we have, say, 10 minutes left. I just want to thank everyone for attending. I'm going to pull Alison back up on screen. I'm sure there's loads of questions.
There are.
But yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll answer some questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. We have a couple great questions here. One of them from Ryan asking, are agency plans currently bespoke based on needs, or is there baseline pricing? And is there a timeline for when we can expect the monthly pricing option to launch?
Yeah, really great question. So our enterprise plans for agencies start at $10,000 a year. Our enterprise plans for our regular enterprise customers start a good bit higher than that. So we offer discounts to agencies because, as I mentioned, agencies are very close to our heart here at HeyGen in terms of what they're doing and working on. The monthly options, we're hoping to kind of have that towards the end of February or start of March. If you're interested in that, please let me know, and I'm going to start a little list of people who are interested in that so we can keep you updated. But the monthly option will give you access to all of the premium features as a qualified agency. And our one ask would be that you would become certified so we can help train you up and get the most from the HeyGen platform. And then we really want to see those 2 videos that you create to a client standard that we can then share to promote you across the ecosystem.
Awesome. Have a few more questions that are sort of related to this too. The next one is from Jeremiah, which is, are API credits stored in the main account and then used in sub accounts, or is it in each account?
Yeah, great question. So yeah, right now it would be the agency would purchase a bundle of API credits, and they could be used across the sub accounts unless the client is managing their own sub account where they manage billing themselves. In that case, they can purchase one of our self-serve API plans and go from there. But yeah, great question.
Awesome. And we've got another one this time from Tomer, which is, does the sub-client's subspaces make any difference for an existing flow that we built already with the API?
That's a good question. That's probably something a little bit more in the weeds. I'd have to learn a little bit more, and I would love to about that. What I would say, it depends kind of how you're using the API. If it's something that's in production and it's constantly going, like an interactive avatar deployed in a retail setting, I would probably say stay on the current API so that we don't have any downtime swapping it over. But if it's a project that's kind of stop and start, and we have a little bit of time to work with, what we can do is create a subspace for that client, create a new API key, and then we can go from there. So kind of depends on how you're using it.
Gotcha. And then I think we have a few other questions that are not necessarily related to this. Actually, another one from Tomer, which was about, I think this came up during the interactive avatar portion when he was asking, can you add emotion like a happy avatar, or does it need to be in the video avatar process itself, like the input, I think is what he's referring to there.
So yeah, I'll answer that in two parts. Emotions and hand gestures are two things that people keep asking us to develop into the product, and it's a massive focus of our AI research team. So quite soon you're going to be able to adjust hand movements in the app for static avatars, so the actual avatar video piece. The interactive avatar, it's a little bit different. It uses some different technologies, so there's not as much room to adjust emotions, for example, with the interactive avatar. The two things I would recommend is most interactive avatars are going to be friendly. I've seen very few use cases of kind of, mad or angry or sad interactive avatars. I have seen a few. I've seen everything at this stage. Nothing surprises me. But in most cases, I would just recommend creating a kind of happy, energetic training video for the interactive avatar, and then attaching a voice clone that also matches that. So it's an enthusiastic voice. It's a happy voice. But I think over time, we're going to have the interactive avatar. We'll be able to recognize kind of the conversation you're having. If it's a very serious conversation, it's going to be more serious. And if you're sad, it'll be sad. And that's what we're aiming for right now.
Awesome. It looks like we have one more interactive avatar question, this time from Manny. I've seen this question come up before, where basically he was demoing interactive avatar to a client or a prospect, and the prospect said, wow, or something, and the interactive avatar would stop and listen to them. So the flow got interrupted, right? Are we doing anything to address this? Like, what are ways that, what can we look forward to there?
Yeah, so when I'm talking to people, I often say, yeah. And that's not ideal for talking to an interactive avatar, because it's listening out for what you're saying so that it can have a conversation with you. I'll kind of put up my hands and say, like, this is a new technology. We're still working to improve it. But yeah, it can't tell the difference between you kind of just, egging it on in a way versus actually asking like a question. So right now, if it hears someone talking, it's probably going to interrupt its sentence. But really, really good feedback that we can share with the interactive avatar team.
Awesome. Well, I think that you actually got through all of the questions, Cahal. So way to go. And thank you to all of the folks tuned in asking really great questions today. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So kind of just from here, as I mentioned, there's lots of updates coming. Allison has shared the link in the chat for certification for the waitlist. I also shared the QR code on the screen, so hopefully a few of you scanned that. We're going to send a follow-up email with all of this information. I'll also share my contact details there. So if anyone is interested in reaching out because they want subspaces, I would love to hear from you. If anyone's reaching out because they're interested in the new agency package that'll give you features in our enterprise suite, it'd be great to hear from you as well. Happy to set up time one-on-one with any agencies who want to dive a little bit deeper. And most importantly, if anyone wants a free trial just to get started with HeyGen, highly recommend taking a free trial, trying it out for a little while, getting a feel for it. And then if you want to set up some time with our team to go a little bit deeper, that would be our absolute pleasure. So we'll go from there.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget that we are going to be doing these bi-weekly. So join the agency group here in the HeyGen Hub, register for our next bi-weekly webinar. See you on that wait list, and we'll be talking again very soon. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks very much, folks.